Good morning, Monday morning, Garden of England. Well, I'm hoping, or I'm guessing, that a few of you would be interested in how the retreat went, the silent retreat. It was just extraordinary, just amazing. A way back when I decided that I wanted to go out into the wilderness for 3 nights camping for a spiritual growth thing, it occurred to me that maybe I should share the opportunity with you lot. And as you know, well, you maybe don't know, but I had this knowing that I would attract exactly the right people at exactly the right time in exactly the right place, because that's how it works. And oh my goodness, I couldn't have got a better group of people to show up and be participating. It was just truly marvellous. But dog's barking. Hold on a second. No, on you go. She's desperate for treats. She's had more than enough. So the last time I camped was, that I can remember camping, was, and the Glaswegians will remember this, John Paul II came to Glasgow on one of his world tour things, and he did a huge big mass in Bellahouston Park in Glasgow. And that same week, the weather was amazing. I led a bunch of young people up to 25, 26 years old, unemployed people, young people, on the West Highland Way. So we were camping rough, 2-men tents as we called them back then. We were bathing, brushing our teeth in the river or stream, bathing in the river or stream. We had one roll to sit on top of the ground sheet, and it was marvellous. I mean, it was a truly extraordinary week of my life. But anyway, great things happened. But this, so it was, I was looking for something. I didn't want to go to a campsite that had, you know, shower blocks and electric showers and all the mod cons, etc. I was looking for the perfect location, and one of our great Mindstone members, who herself is a legend, going to interview her soon, she recommended it. And oh my goodness, I mean, when you went into the tiny little wooden loo thing to do your number 2, you did that on top of sawdust. If you wanted a hot shower, it came from a plastic bucket that had water in it. It was heated by the sun during the day, and you showered with that to get a hot shower, but by morning it was cool again. It was just amazing. We were surrounded by beautiful, beautiful location. At the centre of it, for peace, there was I don't know if it's the right term, but there was a herd of alpacas. Beautiful beasts that just emanated peace and tranquility and grace, and we got all of that. We were able to sit in the woodland at night to do our debriefing. 2 nights we started at 6 and finished at 1 in the morning. The collaboration of support and sharing was just out of this world. I knew I would attract what I needed, so I had 2 extraordinary affirmations, 2 separate individuals who were able to share with the group just their extraordinary transformation in life, because they had bought into what I've been preaching for so long now, releasing yourselves from the danger of processed grains, the seed oils, not necessarily going full carnivore, though one has, but the results in their health, mind-blowing. And what I also attracted was a GP, a beautiful, lovely GP, really graceful woman. And you can imagine with her, and she was semi-retired now, great experience, you could sense a real giving, caring doctor, one you would love to have yourself. And so she had her lifetime's professional experience coming into that, hearing those stories, and probably knowing that I've been pushing it for years. And her natural skepticism was really helpful for others. But it's interesting that there was 3 big men. And I say big men because they had what previously we would have called beer bellies, now maybe with hindsight, with understanding, probably grain bellies, or what is it, wheat belly and grain brain. And I think definitely we could maybe understand that being there. And it was interesting, I think it was the first night, at least one night, the biggest guy in the group, a lovely amazing guy, so much potential, but you don't see him, you see his belly before you see him. He won't believe you saying that. And he sat directly opposite, if you like, the leanest person in the group, who had a transformation from life-threatening health challenge to complete freedom from it by going keto. And so he's getting proof of that, and the 2 others, they've got their own journey going on, and they both approached me about could they find a way into this, change their lives, and of course they can. But what was amazing was when we got up in the morning, this environment we were in, it was God-given in the sense that there was amazing butterflies. I mean, amazing butterflies. So immediately you're looking at the totem for butterflies and the idea of dancing up and over the blocks in your life. Just amazing. But we witnessed a chrysalis go through this metamorphosis. The metamorphosis took a day. The chrysalis appeared to us the first day, and then she turned into the most amazing butterfly. Every one of us grew and developed ourselves through that process. I got everything I needed spiritually. It was just awesome. But what was interesting was, obviously I learned a lot, a tremendous amount about my process, how to improve on it. There's no doubt about it, that campsite is probably the best campsite in the whole of the UK, and I'm serious about that. And they don't advertise because they don't want to attract the wrong type of people. They want to attract people like you and I, like-minded souls. And it's just superb. I'm definitely going back, and I'm going to go back and do another retreat there. But I've learned that probably need another night. 3 nights was wonderful, but we all knew if we had another day of silence, another day of synchronicity, magic would certainly continue. And so I've already, I mean, you can imagine stuff is pouring out of me, especially in my reviews of it, my bookload of notes and journaling, and now realise, well, definitely, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it for a Monday getting there, and a Friday to get back home. So we get 4 nights. But what I realise is there's quite a bit of training involved in just getting people to truly understand the process. So for beginners in this world of using synchronicity, they didn't really understand at first what was happening. They missed a lot of stuff that would have helped them. So I'll do some prep stuff for them next time. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do Monday driving in. Well, not drive. Well, I'm going to allow people to drive this time, because some people probably wouldn't understand what was happening in their journey anyway by public transport. They missed a lot of stuff because they didn't know how to use that process. My fault. But anyway, but people can drive in. I wouldn't want people not to be able to experience it, because they, and one of our number had to drive in, and it was pretty obvious why, and I was grateful that he did. So so drive in, drive away, or do what I would do, public transport in, so you can get the benefit of that process. Anyway, in the middle of it, on a Wednesday, I'm going to do a course. I've already, pouring out of me was the design of that course, because the environment of the Big Sky Retreat campsite thing, it allows for an amazing course because there's so many brilliant features there. And before I knew what I was, I had a 2-day course written in my mind. I'll get it down to 1 day. So in the middle of the process will be this training course, and there's a beautiful barn there we can sit in, and if the weather's perfect we can sit out in the woodland. And if there's more, our group size was 12, which was perfect for my process, but even if 36 came, I've now got people who were with me who I could easily trust to facilitate a group or 2, maybe even 3, and a man myself, so we can still get all the benefits of the process. And maybe great big plenary sessions would be extraordinary. Might go to about 2:30 in the morning before we get the chance to get to bed. But anyway, for example, one of the big features, apart from the alpacas, is there's a big double-decker bus. It's probably the most luxurious of the places you can camp in, as it were. Stunning layout, amazing transformation of a double-decker bus. And it's got this, if you go up the top, you've got this huge big plate glass window, of course, with an extraordinary vista. But that bus is going nowhere. The metaphor is extraordinary. How many of you potentially have a beautiful view out of your upstairs window at the front of your bus, but are completely parked by 4 static wheels? You can imagine where I'm going with that in terms of setting up an extraordinary meditation, wonderful journaling, co-coaching. It's just, I'm telling you, there's 2 days worth of venues on that and experiences on that location. So I've already got an extraordinary course in mind. Definitely going to go back, going to be in touch with Dave, find out when might suit. And I've got a busy schedule next year already, so it's got to slot into my schedule, and definitely want to do that. And 1 or 2 people there also were interested in, I suspect one or two will probably want to come back and do it again, because it will not be the same second time round. Everything's changes. But quite a few of them interested, and I'm certainly going to do it. I'm going to go up to Iona and do the island there, teach the island, the full Buna 2-day island. Day to get there, 2 beautiful days and a day to leave. And what I've got to do is again look into my diary and get in touch with the Iona people, see what I can do to maximise. I'll go camping again so that someone who needs a room can get it. I don't need my £19 tent. And one of the other guys both of us could afford the fancy Vango tents. One of our group did bring a big beautiful Vango tent, Glaswegian built tent, as it were, designed. The £19 tent from Lidl was just wonderful to sleep in. And even the all-day middle of the night pea bag thing, that worked a treat. I only had to use it once because it was only one night. I think we got to bed, I don't know, about 11 or 12 or something, but I didn't need it the other 2 nights. Just slept right through. Beautiful, peaceful sleep. So much to unpack, so much to share with you about how wonderful it was. It truly was just exceptional. And the way that we did it was that we did the very best only to keep the talking, apart from obvious things. It was only from when the debrief sessions round the campfire, which was just amazing. And to use synchronicity, we'd get taxis or actually a minibus that took those of us who wanted into the town of Boston, which was just full of extraordinary possibilities of synchronicity. Some of us went further afield, out to the coast, which threw up even the journey out there for me was just in a spiritual level, just extraordinary, but shocking as well.